Hey there, awesome folks. This is Mentor Shelley coming to you from the Funky and Fabulous Moment. I want to talk to you guys today about something very important. Well, I know I always say that, but seriously, this is, of course, the theme Funky and Fabulous, knowing you're an asset when the world treats you as a liability. But what I want to talk about today is it's story time, right? Story time. Story time. Whether it's my story, whether it's someone else's story, I tell these stories and I share because these are pivotal moments either in my life or another person's life where positive change and a learning experience was created out of it. I want to talk about this particular experience. And the topic of this is going to be time when you know it's time to let go of friendships and relationships. There are several people, I guess, and on my journey to self-discovery, and I'm still on that journey, of course, not self-discovery, but not just self-discovery, but you always have to do things to build self, to build your self-esteem, because there are people edging, waiting, hoping to tear it down. So you always want to make sure that you're doing things to build yourself up and to do self-work. Self-work is never done. It's done when you're in the grave. So don't think for one second because, okay, well, you think you're at a place where you're good now. You always have to be aware that there's something around the corner. So you always have to do your self-work. So this particular story time is centered around a friendship. I'll tell you the story of this particular friend. This person was in my life for a long time, more than 10 years, but I made the choice to let this person go or to release myself from the friendship when I realized the only thing this person was doing was take, and there was no room for them to give or implant anything positive. They wanted to take advice, they wanted to take money, they wanted to be taken out, they wanted to, every time they needed something, they expected you to be available, but when it was time for you to receive, they didn't have time for that, or they found an excuse, or they find reasons to try to mentally and physically, and if you allow them monetarily, to suck you dry. Through this particular friendship and through this particular relationship, I learned the power of no. I learned the power of no. Because people like this, because we are fluffy and fabulous people, tend to make the assumption that because we are fluffy and fabulous people, they can take advantage of us. And to some degree, not that I didn't have any other friends, but I did not look at the relationship or the friendship for what it was. This person pretty much used me. And it took them taking, and the last favor that they asked of me pretty much showed me what they were really about. Not that I didn't know it before, I didn't have indications, but that was pretty much what sealed the nail in the coffin of any kind of quality friendship going forward. What I did learn from over the years from that experience is that do not do any favors that you do not give anything away that you cannot afford to lose. That includes money, that includes time, that includes anything that is valuable to you that you are going to possibly give to this person. And this person will not only take it, but take it with glee, have no intentions of either returning the favor or being grateful for what you give, and to have nerve to complain afterwards that it wasn't enough, or this is not really what they needed, but they didn't have no problem taking it from you. Whether it be mental, physical, monetary, financial, or anything else, psychologically, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be money. They could suck up your time. Do you know those people that you're around them, and when by the time you're done being around them, you'll feel mentally drained because they have drained you of everything positive possible, because all they do is complain, or they want something from you, whether they want you to listen, or they want money, or they want you to take them out and spend money on them, or they want you to spend your valuable time with them. And in return, what do you get? Wasted time, lost money, and emotions that could depress 5 third world countries. Here's what I learned from that relationship. Okay? And I, of course, as I always say in story time, I will not mention names to protect the innocent or guilty, depending on what side you fit in. That experience taught me that there are people in the world that will only call you or ask you or talk to you when they want something from you. They only know how to ring your phone, text you, email you, try to reach out to you when they want something, time, money, whatever. Time, money, you to listen to their complaints, you to be their counselor, all of that. They only want to talk to you when they can get something from you. Those people are called vipers. Run from them, fluffy and fabulous people. They are vipers. They will suck you dry. You will wonder why you're mentally drained when you're around them. That's because they are vipers. Stay away from them. If they're family members, stay away from them. They're not good for you. Or if they're family members and you can't necessarily avoid them completely, set up healthy boundaries. I've heard great things about the book called Boundaries that David Ramsey has mentioned on his podcast radio show. I'm actually going to have a link below for you guys to refer to. Boundaries. For people that are not able to completely avoid friends, if they're related to people that drain them, boundaries. Set up boundaries. Very healthy boundaries to keep you mentally, physically, and financially sane around some of these folks. They don't have time to listen to you, or never have time to help you, never have time to be nurturing to you, but they want to take from you. These are people are called takers. They're vipers and they're takers. They're not givers. And sometimes just by ignoring them, they'll go away on their own because they're like, oh, well, I can't suck this person dry anymore. Let me move on to the next sucker. Sometimes ignoring them is probably one of the best things you can do. Run away from these people if you can. If not, set up boundaries. We'll talk about that in a minute. We'll talk about, of course, I'll have the link for the book below. They have a way of being self-absorbed. Anything that's going on with you good that you mention to these people, they don't have time for that. They don't have time to celebrate with you because they're so self-absorbed in their own stuff. These are not people that you call friends. A true friend can be happy for you when you have accomplished something big, or when you have reached a milestone in your life, or you have reached a goal and you're celebrating. Real friends will celebrate with you. These kind of people, vipers, takers, self-absorbed, people that you do not want or need in your life. Let them go. Okay? And of course, the last thing I learned, these people have a way As I said before, vipers, they have a way of sucking. Listen, they have a way of making Disney World a sad place because of how much they suck the positive energy out of every situation. Please, I'm asking you for this story time. If you don't get anything else from this, know you are worth being around people that genuinely love you for you. I had to learn that the hard way because I had to cut some people off. Yeah. 2, if every time here's an idea. If you didn't have the same experience I did where you're doing favors and you're spending money, and whenever you want to talk to them about your issue or you're going through some stuff, they ain't got time for you, or they can't be happy for you when you reach a milestone, or they try to be like, that's great, I'm so happy for you, and they switch the subject right away. You don't want those people in your life. You have to let them go. If they're not adding anything positive to your life, let them go. If they drain you every time you're around them mentally, let them go. If the only time they know how to pick up the phone is to ask you for money or for them to complain and dump all over you, and they never have time to do the same for you, let them go. Release them so they can find the other. They can be a parasite to somebody else. I'm telling you this from personal experience. I've had to let some so-called friends go. So guys, listen, I understand. I've worked through some of those issues. It took some deep self-work. There are things that sometimes they drain the very self-esteem you have because they're so good sometimes. Sometimes they end up being narcissistic types. Leave these people alone. Cut them off. Don't even tell me cut them off. Just do it. Just do it. You'll be surprised how much your mind, your mental state is freed when you free yourself of these vipers, these energy suckers, and these takers. And if you're related to some of these people, create healthy borders. Because your sanity, you're worth it. Your self-esteem is worth it. Your mental health is worth it. Your positive mindset, your productive mindset is worth it. And that's what we here at Fluffy and Fabulous Movement is all about. Keeping a productive mindset, building your self-esteem, and also making sure that your health, especially your mental health, is up, running, like the fighter that you are. All right, guys, take care. Of course, if you have questions or you have comments or you can identify with some of this story time, please leave a comment below. Or if you have suggestions about what you want to talk about, or if you have questions, you can definitely reach out to me at fluffyandfabulous3@gmail.com. Or you can go to my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/fluffyandfabulouslife. All right, guys, take care. You have a good one. This is Mentor Shelly from the Fluffy and Fabulous Movement, wanting you guys to know that we here at Fluffy and Fabulous know that you're an asset, even though the world treats you like a liability. You have a good one. Bye.